Hello. Good evening,
What's
guys.
up?
What's up, everybody?
Hey, Eric, you
Long
look
time
like
no
you're
see.
sitting, you're
Looks like
sitting in
what?
the bathroom or toilet or something, man.
No, it's just small Japanese hotel room. You know, they're like 13 meters square or something like that. So
Oh,
it's either in the chair at the desk where I'm kind of at right now, or in the bed. And
okay.
I
I
don't know if
thought
you
you
guys
were
want to see.
sitting like in the toilet, like the angle
No,
and
no.
everything. It looked just
The
like you
toilet's
just
to
got
my
into the
left.
toilet and then sitting on.
No, it's just nearby,
Uh,
just in case.
just kidding. Right, guys. Hey, glad to see you again, man. It's been like almost 2 weeks, from our last stream. So
Long time.
Good. Long time, but during those time, I think we've heard a lot of good news. A lot of good things happen for NIO, and soon we're Onvo too, I think. So that's good. So we can discuss on that one. So while we're at it, if anyone join in the live stream already, do let us know if you see us okay, if you hear us okay. Panyawa is always earlier.
Panyawa is here.
He said that no, I didn't buy the iPad Pro. Who would have enough money to buy, man? You saw that announcement, the iPad Pro, the M4.
Yeah.
It cost like more than $3,600 if you spec it up to the max. So that's like the MacBook Pro type of price range, right? So that's pretty expensive. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hello. Yeah, let's go NIO. Yes, that's right.
How are we doing tonight, El Pool? Are we going up?
The market is open, right?
Should be open right now.
Yeah. Yeah, the event was the Apple event let loose, correct?
So what you two guys been up to the last few weeks?
I've been busy. I'm back to Bangkok and working. And the family was here a few days ago, so been taking them to do some like a little bit of travel.
Yeah.
And quite some of the holidays in between. Yeah.
Nice. And P, you've been well, yeah?
Yep, been doing well. Just traveling around, talking to sales reps.
I'm sure you have been.
Trying to get some info.
Okay. You can leak out some of them here, and then more details on your channel.
Well, I'll just leak it out here.
Okay, you can leak it out here too.
They'll definitely watch Mr. P's video anyway, because he's good at pulling them in.
Yeah, that's cool, man. And you say it's green, huh? But then
bullshit doing its thing. Ooh, okay.
Ooh. Oh yeah. Is there any news that NIO is going to Australia?
Xpeng's actually going to Australia.
They're coming to Thailand too. So on the right-hand market, they already started, like Hong Kong, Thailand, Australia, and I think some of the ASEAN country that had that we are on the right-hand drive market. I think they would get that too. So they have enough volume, no? If they really push for it, then they cannot just sell to only Australia or Thailand. They need to have the whole right-hand side. UK too, yeah. I mean, if there's one in Thailand, in Australia already, UK would be also soon, because the footprint in Europe is already there, no? So
yeah, but like last year, NIO already like debuted the car in the UK, right-hand drive models as well. But apparently, they're trying to save money, so they're pausing things, slowing things down a little bit.
Oh, was that the ET5?
Yep.
Okay, ET5 right-hand drive. That's good. Okay, I think while we keep getting all the people to join our live stream, we can start officially with the show. Eric.
All right, officially, let's just say welcome back, everybody, to the Blue Sky Coming unofficial NIO podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe here. And as always, run through news and rumors about NIO for the past 2 weeks and just have a discussion. What's our discussion topic today, Mr. P?
We are going to be talking about how much we think NIO is worth and what we think is valuable for NIO.
But first, let's get into the news and rumors from the last week or so, or whatever you want to get into, Mr. P. How about that?
All right, I'll blast it off. First, we got NIO today. They produced 500,000 cars officially. It was the ES8 that just rolled off the line today. They had a whole ceremony for this. It was very nice, and they also got the car owner of that 500,000th car to say a few good things. So he said, he was actually a tech entrepreneur. He's a CEO, and he talked about how his first impression of NIO was when he was crossing. He was waiting for a red light in his Maybach S, and then when it turned green, he was crossing that intersection, but then a NIO just zoomed across like a rocket ship. It was a gray ES8, and he was just totally impressed by it. And then so that made him really want to buy a NIO as well. So he's finally taking delivery of his blue ES8, which is a second gen ES8, and yeah, that was the 500,000th vehicle, and he was very happy about it as well. NIO CEO was also very happy about it. And today we also had our first look at the Onvo CEO. So the Onvo CEO came out and he actually talked a little bit, introduced himself. So he's been at NIO for quite a while, many years. He's also a NIO owner, and he used to be at Disney. So he used to work at Disney as sort of a big executive management level guy. And then he's really specialized in like family happiness. So they brought him on board to head the Onvo brand. So this is very interesting. And of course, during this event, NIO CEO confirmed the official launch date of Onvo, which is next week on May 15th. They are going to be launching Onvo. So they're going to pretty much essentially launch the brand. They're going to launch the car, share features about the car. They're probably 90% going to open pre-orders, and then we'll have to see. They're probably not going to talk about price. That is going to be left until Q3, late Q3, just before deliveries. So that's something to look forward to.
Nice.
Should we do the live stream then on that date, and then you help translation? Then we can all get to see all together. That'd be good if we all have.
Live
What time
stream
is
on
it?
that day? We can try if you have
It's a
time.
live
Yeah.
stream, right? They should roll it out as live stream on the on that
Probably.
day.
They'll have an event. Yeah.
They didn't announce the time yet of the event, Mr. P?
Do we know the
No,
time?
not yet. But it's
Okay.
probably in the afternoon sometime.
Oh,
Yeah.
Will it be in Hefei or Shanghai? Do we know?
It's in Shanghai.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Are
Also,
they?
we got new partnerships, right? We got GAC partnering up with NIO for battery swap, and also developing battery swap asset management, everything related to battery swap and charging. So they're going to join hands together and move towards standardization. So there's a whole big club of these automakers that have all joined in, and they're pretty much holding hands together. They're going to sort of pioneer the gas station of the EV age, which is battery swap. And at the center of it, NIO is there to sort of guide everybody and hopefully be the one that has the say so and has all the patents. So this is going to be very interesting to look forward to. So in the future, NIO is going to be a huge behemoth when it comes to battery swap energy replacement, energy replenishment. So yeah, that's going to be very interesting.
So how do you feel about GAC though? Yeah, from what I've seen recently, it seems like they're like them as a company, maybe it's not relevant to NIO necessarily, but they've been kind of like on a downward trend with their deliveries recently. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. They've been on a downward trend with their deliveries. Year-over-year deliveries for them have been decreasing. Their ion cars, when when the special feature of your car is price, that could be easily uh taken
Yeah.
away, right, when somebody else comes out with a cheaper car. So their deliveries year-over-year has been decreasing, actually. So yeah, they
So
really need this partnership going forward.
I wonder how this announcement will impact them. Could be good,
Yeah, could be good.
or could be not. So, anything else we got going on? Any news or updates this week?
So GAC actually has their own swap stations. So why don't Tang, you have some information about this you can share with the viewers?
The GSC Ion, the Ion.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got like a 30 swap station throughout the country compared to NIO, which has like a 2,400 and soon plan to have like 3,000 by end of the year, right? So I think the number said by itself, it's a good partnership for them, obviously, because they can actually they don't need to waste too much of their time and energy as much because they got like the readiness from the NIO at least. But if they
And
need to invest more, then it's good for NIO too, right?
right now they only have one model that can power swap, right?
I do believe so. It's only like the Hyper HT special model one that got this swap station, the swappable capability.
And that one hasn't
Not all
delivered.
the model. Yeah, not all of them can swap. So
They haven't delivered very many of that model at all either, have they?
very limited, very limited. And even you recall the Rising Auto, right? We discussed last live stream as well. Some of their swap station in Beijing is almost like closed, like no one used it. And they can swap for
Exactly.
free. Yeah, they can swap for free for some limited time, and not even up to that limited time yet. No one using it as frequent. Like I've been waiting for someone to come swap like half day. I couldn't see anyone. Whereas if you wait half day in any of the swap station, you see at least quite a few if it's NIOs, you know.
Yeah.
So that shows some difference. Like if you talking about battery swap tech, NIO is like hands down number one, right? No one can compete with. And I took some of the influencer from Thailand because after the trip of the Beijing Auto Show, right, we got like a little short break. I took them on my ES6 to go do the real swap, and they were like, "Wow, okay, 3 minutes, and everything is done." Wow. Oh, so excited! One of the video is already hit 300K view now. The guy posted a few days ago.
And he's a car influencer.
Yeah, car influencer in Thailand.
Do you think that most of the people?
Yeah,
were most
it's
of the
like
people watching? Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, you asking.
I was just gonna say, were most of the people that were watching that video, was that like their first introduction to NIO, or are they already well aware of NIO?
I do believe so. I think among that 300K views, more than half heard it or seen it for the first time, for sure. Because when you read through the comments, some of them were like, "Nah, this is like set up, nah," and then the other guy come and replied, "No, I check out the other guy's video. It's exactly 3 minutes." It's like a kind of, they have their own arguments, and more than half were the first time eye opener for them. Like they didn't think that Chinese tech could go that far now. They still think of the Chinese car is like anything can explode anytime, something like that.
And basically, you arranged that for them, right? That wasn't NIO arranging anything for them.
No, it wasn't my car. It was my car. It was my coupon swap too. So I need to waste my swap coupon for like few of them to have them all the video they need.
It seems like
Wow.
NIO's got a good advantage with like evangelical people, like promoting their brand, like influencers or just users promoting their brand. But why don't they reach out to people like for the Beijing Auto Show when people are coming from all these different countries to do things like that? It's crazy.
I think they do. Yeah, I saw Emma on Beijing Motor Show. She was trying to gather some of the KOL and all this. So I think they do that
Okay.
too.
That's good.
But as the user is different, right? Like I'm a user,
Yeah.
so they get to experience with the actual user, not just like from the companies. I think that
Yeah.
that maybe give more value compared to the car company try to advertise or something, because I'm trying to show them as a user what I do.
But I mean, even what they could do is they could arrange when, like, for an auto show, and a lot of people are coming from all over, they could arrange to have some of those Neo user volunteers who actually are Neo users, right? They could go out and take them out. They could do something like that where the volunteer can show the stuff, and you don't have to use your swap vouchers. You can actually have
I could ask for some.
they can provide them for people, and
Yeah,
it would still be real users. It seems like there's a lot of strategies that they could employ to make things a little bit more I don't know, smart marketing better. But we've talked about this a million times.
That particular month, I mean last month, I intentionally used only a Tesla, so I keep my swap coupon enough, because I know that, okay, if you go inside one time, if all of them want to sit inside and shoot what happened on the screen, no one was gonna shoot outside, or other way around. Maybe some would go out, but then those who went out didn't see inside. So I need at least 2 swap coupons, at least, right? So I keep it. I saved up around 4 coupons left. I swapped only 2 times, so that 4 coupons was used just for them to have enough. Like, yeah, if you want to shoot, let me know, man. I still got plenty. So I swap at 98%. I swap again at 85%, and then swap at 80%.
Yeah.
By the way, we got another celebrity here. What's up, Frankie?
What's up, Frank?
He's back in Germany for some time, I think.
He said he's driving on the highway right now, but he's still chatting in the chat. So be careful.
Is it
Drive
on
safe, man.
That's why you can chat. Are you back to China already, or are you still in Germany?
He said he's on a German highway.
Ah, yeah. So must be there. Yeah. Cool. Let's say hi to New Francisco. Yeah. We got all the new fans on here. So, but yeah, good partnership with the GSC, and a few more before that too, right? I think with Deepal we discussed already. Chenlan, Chang'an, that's for charging, not the swap, not battery swap. Yeah. But this one with GSC, they indicate specifically for the battery swap. So
yeah, exactly.
So this this might be kind of a good transition to get into our main topic for the day, is how much NIO is actually really worth, right? So we have all these new partnerships and agreements coming online the last few months. Like, why don't you get us into that, Mr. P? What do you start us off?
All right, so I'll start off with just the infrastructure. All right, so NIO has about 4,000 plus charging stations, and then 2,400 plus swap stations, totaling together at around 7,000 plus units of infrastructure, charging stations plus swap stations, 7,000, which is actually about 3 times more than Tesla here in China. So altogether, just infrastructure itself, I did a sort of a rough estimate. Each swap station worth about at least 300,000 US dollars. That's about the average price of a swap station. About a million RMB. That's what I'm told it's worth. And then you multiply that by however much swap stations and that we got, plus the charging stations. So just the infrastructure itself, I'd say is worth a good $2 billion US dollars. All right. So that's to start us off. The baseline is at least 2 billion US dollars, right? Just the infrastructure. But then you have, of course, the patents, right? The factories, on top of that, like how much would you value a car company, right? How much would you value a car company? And NIO's got 3, right? We got the NIO brand, you got the Onvo sub brand, you got the Firefly sub brand. So how do you value those 3? All right, and then you got all the new houses and sales infrastructure, service centers infrastructure, right? And then the new app, new life, like that's a lot of stuff, right? So my question for you guys, all right, so we're starting off with $2 billion for infrastructure. How much do you guys think are the factories and all the other stuff worth? So we can just give a ballpark, right? Just estimate. All right. So let's say NIO's got 2 factories up and running right now. So what do you guys think?
Ting, I don't know. What do you think it's worth?
Well,
The factory.
I'm not like a specialized in this, so I'm not sure what is the how much to build and own the factory, right? If you take the for the contrast, Hyundai factory in Beijing was sold to Li Auto. I'm not sure how much of that worth. You can maybe multiply by 4 or 5 to be equal to NIO ones in Hefei, maybe. Just my guess, yeah, because I'm not like but it could like cost a lot more than the Hyundai one that's sold to Li Auto. That's what I think. How about you?
I'm also not an expert in valuing a factory of any kind, let alone a car factory. So I don't know if I could even take a stab in the dark at this, Mr. P. Why don't you let us know what you think the factories are worth?
Well, in my opinion, we know that NIO used to work with JAC, right? We all know that. And NIO had to buy back the factory from JAC when they had that divorce, basically. So they paid around, if I recall correctly, around 600 million just for the shell of the company. Of course, all the robots inside are already NIO's robots. And like basically it's the outer shell, the workers are JAC, but everything else is pretty much NIO's. All right.
That's 600 million US dollar or
600 million
US
dollars. About that, yeah. So you can, I think, I guess it's fair to say like everything included, with the robots and everything, it's probably worth at least $1 billion for a factory, right? Just the ballpark, right?
And they got 2 of those, so that's 2 million.
Yeah, so we're up to 4 now, right? We're up to 4 billion now. All right.
And what's the current market cap of NIO?
NIO's current market cap is around 9 billion.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I put the quotes from some of the article, just the industry alone, right? And then you can see the value that you mentioned. It could be like fraction of this, and it's not tiny. NIO alone is not like tiny, right? It's like if you mention what is valuation now, the market cap now?
Is it 9
billion.
9 billion US dollar as of January this year. The whole EV, market was valued at 260 billion. So you just take like at that time it's not worth as much as what we see now, but then just the ballpark figure could be a ratio of that current valuation, and it's not small. I think it's quite huge though.
Yeah. And then how about the stores? So you guys have been to a lot of NIO houses in Europe, in China, in like different NIO houses, NIO spaces. How much do you think one of those is worth, in your opinion?
I mean, they cost a lot of money. But how much of it do they actually own versus lease and all that sort of thing?
They could write that off as expense rather, not as like a sole asset, because they put investment on decoration, but then the place, the land and everything is leased. Is like, I don't think they buy the place just to open one. Maybe some of the new houses, but not all, right? So for some which they own, it could cost a lot though. I mean, few hundred, maybe like few $1 million, maybe $1 million minimum at least worth of stuff in there.
I think the money they put into renovating one is at least 1 million RMB. All right, so it would be safe to say it's worth that much for every store. But also, like you guys said, yes, most of them are rental, right? They're rental, but some places, for example, service centers, Service centers, delivery centers, these are ones that, you cannot afford to let the lease run out and have the place say, hey, we're not going to rent it to you anymore. So those are mostly bought. So for example, the service center that I usually go to, which has a Tesla service center as well next to it, and an Expo and BYD next to that, that place is actually purchased. So that's very, very interesting. But most NIO houses, from what I know, located in shopping malls are rental. So it's kind of hard to stick a value to it, right?
And I mean, how much how do you value like future projections too of cars? Like how many cars they're going to sell this year? They're going to sell 240,000, right? With Onvo, something like that.
Well, the thing with Onvo is they're launching it at the end of this year. And I have this question to ask you guys. Do you think Onvo is very good for NIO or bad for NIO?
I think it's great for NIO if it works out how they want it to. I mean, it's I think it's to be determined, really. I think I talked about before. In my opinion, just having more cars and more brands that do battery swap on the road is a good thing for NIO in general.
I do agree.
Whether it's their brand or not, but hopefully since they have the knowledge and the know-how of how battery swapping works, and they're the experts in it, they can sell this car better than their competitors can sell their power swapping cars. So I think it's probably going to be a good thing for NIO. I don't think it will devalue the NIO brand at all, personally.
I agree. I absolutely agree. I think it's going to add a lot of sales for NIO in the future, and it's really gonna help NIO out, especially in terms of the deliveries, right? But we gotta play the devil's advocate. Why do we think it could be harmful for NIO? And I'll start this off. All right. I think the Onvo car may be a little bit too good. All right. That's never a big problem, but you have a situation where, for example, the screens, all right, horizontal versus vertical on a NIO, the charging speeds, all right, NIO's currently 400 volt. That car is gonna be 900 volt, all right, the whole entire car. So that could be, things that are better than NIO, but
Not to mention
at the
the
same
AC
time, it's
charging port,
cheaper.
yeah. Not to
Yeah,
mention the AC charging port, so you can go almost anywhere. With
exactly.
the GBAC, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that's a good thing, right? The fact that it has everything. It has everything. That means it has no flaws. That means that car is going to sell tremendously well. But I want to ask you guys honestly, all right? Honest, right hand to God, knowing what NIO is going to come out with, all right? The fact that the Onvo car is going to have 13 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometer efficiency, right? And then we got the horizontal screens, we got the 900 volt architecture, we got the AC port, we got very comfortable car in general, right? With very smooth suspension, decent design, and the price is rumored to be around 240K RMB, or roughly 17 to 18K, 170 to 180K RMB with BAS. Right hand to God, which car would you buy? A NIO ES6 or NIO EC6 or a Onvo L60? You guys go
Well,
first.
I personally think that we don't have enough information about Onvo yet. Maybe ask me in a week, and then I can give you a real honest answer. I'm a big
Based
fan
off of what you know now.
Based on what I know now, I know much more about NIO. I've had experience with multiple NIOs and owning NIOs and subscribing to NIOs. I would pick a NIO just because that's what I know. I know what I can get. With Onvo, I don't know what I get personally currently.
Good.
I know
Nice.
I know what I might get, but I don't know what I will get. Ting?
I would say, what's the catch? you say all the good things, the price and everything. What's the catch? There must be some. So yeah, we see that everything is like, oh, you got a nice screen, landscape screen, you got the AC charging port, so it can be sold to any villages, in anywhere where you don't have a swap station, so you can use it anywhere. But there's a catch for sure. If they put the price point to the point where they can sell, like, you know in that mass, in that the amount, meaning they need to sort of sacrifice something, either the material they choose, either there could be something. If it's too perfect, well, I know even Xiaomi SU7, people said, the price is good, but when you sit on it, when you start, you know getting to experience with it, you can see something which is sacrificed to get into
They
the
cut
price.
corners somewhere, right, to get the price to that
Yeah, they have
level.
to do something to get the price right. You need to cut some corner. You need to sacrifice something, in which for Neo they go full out, right? You got like whatever quality they can put it in, they just put it Napa. Have X, they say it's like a least quality, whatever, but it's still like feeling pretty good. You want the better one, you go with Napa, whatever, right? So they go full out with it. But for Onvo, there could be something in which you cannot even choose to be better, but you need to stuck with it, and that's how they make
I'll
the
tell you
price.
what. I'll tell you what they compromised on. They
All right.
compromised on service. All right, you're definitely not getting the same level of treatment as a Neo, right?
Okay.
And also the materials, in a sense that they do not compromise on safety. All right, so safety
Ah.
has always been a priority for Neo, so it's still going to be like 5-star NCAP, but Neo's vehicles, they either use full aluminum or they use steel aluminum hybrid, right? So current Neos, ES6, ET5, EC6, ET5T, they have steel aluminum hybrid, whereas the higher ones, the 7s and the 8s, they use more aluminum. So I think this car, the Onvo car, will probably not use much aluminum at all, or maybe a little bit. Okay, obviously to save costs. But they said they were able to get the cost down to like even 10% cheaper than what it takes to build a Model Y. So I think that's pretty impressive as well. So knowing that safety is not compromised, because most other guys, other automakers, they would compromise on safety, right? Knowing that safety is not compromised, which one would you choose? No new houses, all right, if you choose Onvo.
I still think we need to know more about Onvo. I still think we ask next
Yeah.
week.
All right, we can come back to this question next week. But I
'Cause we haven't-
think,
Yeah. For me,
in my
my
opinion, I
wife
would
would say
definitely choose the Onvo car. All right.
my wife would need to sit on it, and then if she's happy with Onvo, maybe she say Onvo. But currently, she's happy with the ES6. So if she
Yeah.
sit on both of them and she still choose ES6, then it's ES6. Even though I like Onvo, you know, we never know. I
Yeah.
need to sit on one of them.
And here we got Frankie saying Onvo good for Neil, but bad naming. Do you guys agree?
Uh, in English, Onvo, I'm not sure if that's a good name. Actually, it depends on what story they tell. I still think we need to learn about the brand and hear what story they tell, why it's called Onvo. We understand why it's called Ludao, right? We got that already.
Yeah. And just to recap, it's called Le Dao. Translated into Chinese, it's like happiness here, but also sounds like happy road. So it sounds a little bit cliche, but I mean, like, I also heard from a lot of sales reps, neo sales reps, that they do not like the name Le Dao either because it sounds very like not premium. All right, and they
Sounds
wish that
classic.
Neo would have just stuck with Alps. Like Alps seems like,
Yeah,
oh, we're way up there, you know?
Alps sounds cool. I like Alps for sure. But
Yeah,
I also gotta say though, like naming in China, not just cars, but definitely for cars, a lot of things is like not very good. Like Xpeng, pretty bad. Xiaopeng, pretty bad name, right? I mean, a lot of brands. Like I don't even know what is I am.
yeah.
Are those names holding those brands back? They're not doing very well. There's probably a bunch of other brands too. You guys tell me.
Well, for I think their English slogan, I am. Like, what the hell? Like, what's that supposed to mean? But their Chinese name is actually okay. Yeah, it sounds pretty
What's
high
that
tech.
mean? What does that mean? Like GG, what is that translated to?
It's more like intelligent me, but it
Ah,
sounds sort of like it sounds more like me. All right, it just sounds like me. So,
so
uh,
that's why it's I
yeah,
am. Like I am.
yeah, exactly,
That's why it's I am.
yeah.
Okay, that's good thinking. But I do agree with Eric. Like Xpeng, maybe they could go better with XP or something like easy to.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's just a whole name, the founder's
I
name.
I
Yeah.
personally think like generally speaking, unless the name's really bad, the name is not going to be what holds it back. It's going to be problem with the product that holds it back, right?
Yeah.
Especially as a family market car, like it's kind of broad and appealing to everybody. It kind of needs to have like a really broad kind of lame name, right? It's not like a high end product. It's supposed to just be appeal to every single person. It's for family, happy road, happy arrival. I think it's like it's fine. It doesn't sound great, but
But the name
And
that come
also,
after the founder or the like the CEO of the company is like only two, right? Like you got
Lisha.
Xiaopeng, you got Li Xiang and Xiaopeng. What else? I can't think of any other big
Yeah,
ones that
imagine if instead of Onvo or instead of Neo, they called it Li Bin.
yeah. But even Neo they call it Waylight, right? So it's not like
Yeah,
they
yeah.
didn't call like otherwise it would be another Li. You know, like you got Li Xiang EREV and then you got another Li who's doing EV.
Called William.
So it's a little bit
William Otto.
William
uh,
Otto.
like
William
William
Otto.
Bill Auto or whatever. Yeah, but that's interesting. It's
Yeah.
in the US quite a lot though. They use the name of the founder or the you know as the name of the company in the old days. You know, at least my company
Ford.
demo.
Ford.
Yeah, yeah. So all
But
right.
the English name, Onvo, I mean, like, what do you guys feel about that?
I still don't know. I'm waiting for them to tell us what it means, like why it's called Onvo.
Yeah.
It has
To
to have a
me,
meaning, right?
it looks like you got O on the side, you got N and B, kind of symmetric in terms of design. If they put it like nicely, it's okay. Because I don't get the meaning of Onvo too, right? If Le Tao translate to Onvo somehow, depend on the press how they're gonna say it, right? How they like link between Le Tao and Onvo. I don't know,
I think
but
I think
I'm
I
okay.
told
Yeah.
you. I think I
Yeah,
told you
it's
guys
fine.
my guess is Bon Voyage, right? They just cut off the B and then the yage.
Oh,
Ah,
They
yeah.
use those, so that means like good, good voyage, good journey, happy road. 差不多.
and
Have a
would,
good trip.
would would the missing
Bon
character
voyage.
become a model of the car? Like they take the B out, they put the YA. So those are the model of the car.
No, yeah, that'd be good. That'd be smart.
Onvo
That'd be cool.
B, Onvo
Yeah,
Y,
that'd be pretty clever. The Bonvo, the Envoy.
Bon, Bon Voyage. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So they would have four models in total. Five, sorry. B. Yeah,
So
four.
I think the Onvo actually stands for like onwards, like
Hmm.
thinking onwards. Yeah,
Onward.
maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
We'll see. We'll find out in 5 days, 6
yeah.
days.
And
Oh,
also, I just want to quickly address this. Apparently, BYD is going to be making the cheaper battery pack, the 60 kilowatt hour battery pack for
For
Onvo.
the entry level. Yeah.
Yes. So this is actually very interesting. Uh, so we thought that BYD was, well, at least I thought, and I told my viewers that BYD was going to partner with NIO, potentially on battery swap, and it turns out that perhaps we might just be getting this kind of partnership where BYD supplies the battery packs to NIO. So this is definitely kind of different from what I originally thought would happen. But yeah, moving on.
But those batteries still swappable in version 4 power swap station, right?
Yep.
and version 3 supposedly.
Version
3 also.
3 swap station needs a modification, but it only takes 2 hours to
Ah,
modify
so
the swap station to accept Onvo cars.
I'm sure they'll be doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. So BYD always like get into like the mass market, which means Onvo could be a mass one, could be a lot of sale. Otherwise, they wouldn't. Yeah. Okay, small number. I don't make for you. I make only like a million. All right. Oh, some question. What do you think about Onvo CEO? Nomi-san was asking. Quite good, interesting profile, right, Mr. P? You, the one you mentioned, Onvo CEO.
Yeah, he's not from traditional auto. That's the thing with NIO. A lot of people that are criticizing NIO have been saying that none of the guys at the very top come from auto companies. So I guess that's a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is, of course, there's more innovation, right? They get to think differently. But the bad thing is, of course, things that might not occur for traditional auto companies. Well, it's happening with NIO.
Yeah,
right?
they lack the experience to know how to navigate some situations.
Yeah, exactly.
So if I don't know, maybe never mind.
Plastic pellets. This guy, he's been a subscriber in my channel for like 2-3 years.
Then
Seems
why
like
he's
known
then
for
why
seems like
he's
a
getting
real
bad
jerk.
haircuts. Yes, I know. I'm going bald.
Hey, me
Mr.
too.
P is fat. Yes, I know I'm fat.
Don't worry
oh
about
well,
him.
at least he's your subscriber.
Yeah.
I hope you're
So
a good
Neo
friend.
Trending.
It's just a
What's up,
joke.
Neo Trending? So Neo
Yeah.
Trending is asking, will the government buy 1897 or thanks guys. So from what I know, the government's already like for example, certain police stations, they've bought ES8s. I mean, it's just within their budget. I mean, like if they want to buy it, they can buy it. And but we're not seeing like huge contracts and that kind of stuff. Like those massive B2B orders will probably happen with like Onvo and maybe the Firefly for taxis and stuff. Yeah. But
But
for
Xi
those
Jinping,
like private cars, I mean, they don't even need to buy it. NIO just partners with a lot of these big government places, and they provide these cars to chauffeur important people around. Like whenever there's a big event or sort of a summit or a big exhibition or something, NIO provides these cars as official vehicles for the event to bring people from different countries over to that venue. So yeah, I mean, as far as big orders, government, will they buy it? I don't think so. I mean, some local police stations and stuff like that, they buy. They have purchased Neos for sure. Yeah.
you don't think Neo will offer Xi Jinping like a trade in for his Hongqi?
I don't think. I don't think that guy is gonna be open to trading in his car. He's too proud of his Hongqi.
Yeah. Hongqi is like
Yeah.
a pride of China, so
Yeah.
That's
the
too
name
bad.
itself says so. I do like that car during the Beijing auto show. You can see, right? They put up on the show quite a lot of them, like their Rolls Royce equivalent. Their the I forgot the model name already. Their concepts looks really nice too. So
Is that confirmed? Hey New Zealand, hey NZ, Onvo means on voyage, because that's pretty much what I guessed, but only slightly
on
off.
voyage.
That's kind of weird. It should be bon voyage.
Bon voyage. Oh, voyage.
Voyage is a trip or something. What does that mean?
Bon
Voyage.
voyage means like good journey in French or
So
something.
voyage is journey.
Yeah,
Voyage,
voyage. Yeah.
voyage, journey. So we are on the journey, like on journey.
Yeah.
Okay. Has nothing to do with Le Tao, man.
Yeah. Well,
Le Tao. same like a Wayline NIO, right? Not no like no direct link, no.
Pretty much. You gotta
Oh yeah, yeah.
localize it
You
instead of
look like
translate.
Spectre. Yeah, yeah. There's one of them. Yep. There's one of them look like almost like Spectre.
So let's address this one question. Investors not taking any of the partnerships positively. I guess the reason is no clarity in any of the partnerships, like how NIO is going to be, how make money. No one knows what the profit NIO makes. So when I was at the auto show, I was actually fortunate enough to bump into Dr. Shen Fei, which was the head of NIO Power. And I actually grilled him on this question exactly. I wanted to grill him some more, but I could tell, like, there were other people waiting in line to like talk to him, so I didn't. But from what I know is that it's gonna take 1.5 years or so for these partnership cars to come to market, and NIO is providing them essentially with the battery pack that the Onvo cars have. All right, so keep that in mind, and then they can build their cars around that. And so far there hasn't been like a lot of, it's been going smoothly. All right, it's been going smoothly, and they're doing R&D, but they do need a lot of time because it takes, they got to develop it, they got to test it, and then they got to like manufacture it, they got to launch it, and then they got to sell it. So there's lots of steps before it can come to market. Now, in terms of how they're going to earn money, well, of course, with this, you have a licensing fee as well. So I was asking him if they get a upfront lump sum payment, but apparently he would not tell me. He would not tell me if they get a lump sum upfront payment. But we do know that for 47, which is the company in the UAE that is licensing NIO's tech to build other EVs, all right, there is a upfront lump sum payment. Okay, so I'm not sure how NIO's worked out the deal with these guys. It's probably more like pay as you go. Like you manufacture one car, you pay NIO a little bit of money to use their battery pack and their design. But apart from that, we'll have to find out. But it's not going to take long. 1.5 years. So by the end of 2025, all right, we could see cars that can do swaps at NIO's public swap stations from these other guys. So that's going to be pretty nice.
And I think we'll probably have a little bit more clarity too, like about how NIO will actually be able to make money from all these partnerships. Like once more details of the partnerships, like even not just like financial aspects, but like how many cars are going to be built by each brand and all the other details that are going to come with it. Right now they just shake hands, sign a piece of paper. It's hard to really know how many swaps they're going to do, how many stations are really going to get built, all that stuff until like you said, 1.5 years in the future, but maybe even a little bit sooner than that when they start announcing cars with swappable design and things like that. So we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. They have to like redesign cars from the ground up to accommodate for this battery swap, and they have to think which car models are we going to dedicate to be able to do battery swap. So this is like a long process that they gotta like work towards, and they're probably starting off with one, but they could do like lots of different car models that can do battery swap.
And probably different brands will have different strategies too. So
yeah.
Let's just pull the questions then, yeah. Why we add the other
Let's start with
questions.
questions.
Let me go through. You guys see anything, you can let me know too.
I see that Hey NZ says on 9th of May 2024, CNV post says Onvo means on voyage. So
okay.
That means my prediction was actually really, really good because that was today, right? It's not the 9th is today. Dang, I should be in marketing.
Good.
I blew it career-wise.
So the next one, did you say what you thought a fair value of NIO would be currently, share price wise? Well, we know for a fact that the market cap right now $9 billion, right? And we came up to about $4 billion for infrastructure plus factory, and then just in the ballpark of maybe with the other stuff, the patents, the stores, I would say NIO's worth a good, like, what, 15 billion at least, right? Minimum, right? Yeah. Would you guys agree? Minimum, right? Of course, we think NIO's going to be like a $100 trillion company in the future, but I think in the ballpark minimum, at least $15 billion. And that would, imply probably a share price of around $10 or so, at least. Minimum, my opinion. All right. Yeah. But, things could change. Next
How
question.
much is it now? It's like
Five
what, like
something,
5 or 6 now?
5 something per share. I didn't check today.
Yeah.
It
I
was
see
pretty
Ed.
low a few
I
weeks.
see
So
Ed Fritz has asked what we actually think about the Onvo design, which I think we kind of
this
covered
one.
in earlier. Mr. P asked us. Maybe Ed wasn't here. So why don't you guys start this? Just real brief.
Tang, you go first.
Just like a Model Y that can swap battery and better. I don't know. Yeah, slightly different. Otherwise, people would just claim that it's a Model Y copy, right? But it looks like a more sporty Model Y that can swap the battery.
Mr. P, what do you think about it?
Well, I think the design looks fantastic. It looks really similar to my EC6, which I'm sitting in right now. This coupe design, very nice. And it looks really, really similar to a BMW X4 from the back, especially from the back with the taillights. And I think it just looks fantastic. Yeah.
My opinion is wait until they launch it on the 15th, and then I'll make a decision. Because right now we haven't really seen everything about it. The inside, the interior, I think is probably the most important part, especially for a car targeting a family, right? They want to sell it to families, so it has to be appealing to what families want, and hard to make that decision currently for me personally.
We only saw few of the spy shot and some photo without camouflage, right? So that's obviously and some sneak
We'll
peek
see it in a
of
week. We'll see it in a
inside.
week.
Yeah,
We'll come back. We'll come back next week and have our next show about our reactions to the unveiling of the brand Onvo.
of the brand. Yeah. Swap station version 4, how much would it cost to build one?
Not sure because it actually has a lot more sensors and stuff,
Yeah.
right? It has like 4 LiDAR sensors. Crazy, right? 4 LiDAR sensors and then 2 Orin X chips. So that's probably,
It's like a system on the
decent chunk
car
of money.
already. It's even more than the car. The car got one, and this one got like, 4, right?
Yeah, why they got so many LiDAR sensors? It's because they can do autonomous swap even for cars that do not have LiDAR or even any autonomous driving stuff. They can control the car remotely because the swap station sees everything around it.
See what's around.
Yeah, so even for those partner cars, all right, partnership cars from those other brands that might not even have like LiDAR or autonomous driving stuff, that swap station is going to be able to control those cars to like come into the swap station and swap while there's nobody in the car. So that's
That's
pretty
scary.
amazing.
But that's pretty cool too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means they need to use the system backed by NIO. That is good for NIO. Yeah. They would make a lot of the royalty related licensing fee and all. That's
I
good.
mean, I think it's definitely pretty clear now that they're going to be the only one, really, the only game in town for battery swap. With Rising Auto basically dead, with their battery swap, with GAC signing with them, so they're hyper whatever battery swap. So yeah, I think that's good. It's good for NIO. Anything else, guys?
See something relating to the price. Yeah, BYD don't look particularly nice compared to almost, but it's like quite competitive, right? So the price is very important for Onvo. And that again, back to that price point, if they can get down to price point, maybe not only the service is not there, new house is not there, maybe something more. So we don't know, right? Like maybe it looks nice, but when you touch it, it will feel something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something that, yeah, it may look okay, but as long as it's working, maybe it's okay. But then to the touch, for some people, they're quite sensitive on like, I want to sit in a car that have a, good feeling to them, So let me get. I just want to make sure that the previous comment we didn't miss anything.
All right, you guys want to wrap it up?
Yeah, I think we had 2 more questions from what I can see. I had asked another one, and then Domenico asked one.
All right, cool. i4 in China. What? The BMW i4?
I've actually seen only like a very few of those i4s, but the pricing is around 300K ish RMB, but that's before like discounts, before price cuts. Right now they've been price cutting the BMW i3 like crazy. That's actually the car that most people buy.
I don't see the i4 on the sale list though. Do they sell in China now?
They sell, but very few.
Very few. Must be really, really few. Not even 10. Okay.
Sounds like Will has heard some good things about Onvo. i4. Never mind.
Good.
Get out of here, Will.
Right.
Okay. Last question. Let's wrap it up. Get to bed. Domenico asks.
This is the last one from Domenico.
Marcel's video.
Yeah,
his question is, what do you think about Marcel's video about Onvo is not too positive about I am agree with Neo Power is more important. So I haven't watched this video. Have you guys?
I haven't watched yet.
Mr. P, have you watched Marcel's video?
More into like an investor, so maybe Mr. P has watched it already.
I watched it because one of my subscribers forced me to watch it. But
forced you to watch it?
Yeah,
okay.
I watched it. Basically, he was saying that he doesn't really think that car is very bullish. He's not really bullish on Onvo, and he doesn't really think it's gonna do well for NIO. But what do you guys think? Do you think this is really gonna help NIO out?
Like Eric said, we don't know until next week how it is.
Yeah.
In terms of stock price or what? Like for me personally, I think the biggest thing that I look forward to seeing about Onvo personally is I anticipate them talking about how it'll be like a brand that can get them into other markets, and like Southeast Asia, maybe Central America or Mexico. Like that's going to be their brand that gets them into markets where BYD sells and GAC sells. So I think that's only going to be a good thing. I would anticipate they talk about that being in their plans. I also think that in China it's also a great idea to have a more affordable NIO car, and more car swapping on the road, like I said, is a good thing. I see it as a good thing. But
yeah, it's going to blow everybody away. And I think the most important takeaway is management is extremely bullish on Onvo. So
they seem confident about it, so that can only be a good thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But if it fails, then
they did their good homework with the current situation of the market in China, I believe. So that should be good.
I think it'll do all right. I'm looking forward to the launch. We come back next week, guys. Next Thursday, we come back. We talk about the NIO Onvo launch. How about that?
Yeah, because it's going to be right after the launch on Wednesday, right? They launch on Wednesday.
Yeah. So everybody join us next week. Make sure you subscribe. So you're here with us next week. We talk about Onvo launch.
Cool. That's a good closing, Eric.
I did my best. I'm working hard over
That's
here.
Pretty good.
I'm getting better at broadcasting.
What's the bon voyage? No, sorry, On Voyage, and now the nice closing.
I missed it by
So-
one letter, man. When I first heard that, when Mr. P first heard that, I was like, what does Onvo mean? And the only thing I could think of was Bon Voyage, but I got to cut off
Bon
like half the word. But,
Maybe the B, the Y, the A, the G, E could be
yeah,
another. Ah,
because it has to mean something. They got to come up. They can't just make up a name from scratch, right? So they're probably writing down words that mean journey and then crossing things out.
just
I
hope
don't
they don't put like a On Voyage at the back of the trunk, like BYD.
Yeah,
Build Your
build your
like that.
dreams.
It's okay.
They're not that silly. Thanks everybody for watching.
Thank you very much, guys. We'll see
Bye-bye.
you all next Thursday after the Onvo launch, yeah, and then
Yeah.
we discuss for more detail. Thanks a lot. Do subscribe, hit the like, and share if you will. Thanks a lot.
Save that question for next time. Jordy Sanders asked the question. Save it for next time. We'll answer it next week. See you guys later.
Bye bye. Peace out.
Bye bye.
Stay healthy.
Peace out.